Hi, I'm Paddycake, and this is my best friend, Brent. We've been besties for a while now, and one of the things we bonded over was our shared love of Madlibs. On Christmas a few years ago, Brent pitched the idea to me to create a show where we use AI art to accentuate the humor of Madlibs. 3 weeks later, we started filming, and we haven't stopped since. Through this project, we hope to share our weird humor and to highlight both the unexpected beauty and complete absurdity of AI-generated art. Welcome to MidJourney Madlibs. Hello, my darlings, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new, please come in, make yourself at home. My name is Paddycake. Welcome to Paddycake Games and the mid-season finale of Season 4 of MidJourney Madlibs. Woo! Thank you guys for coming by. Thank you guys for watching the season so far. We have really enjoyed making this. We're not going to be gone for long. We'll talk about that at the end of the episode. But with me tonight, as usual, is my best friend and co-host, Brent. How you doing?
I'm wonderful. I do look a little burnt, like I said. It's a hazard to being a red shirt. But I am so excited for my Madlib tonight, and you're going to crap yourself. Hopefully not, but I mean, literally.
Yeah.
But
yeah, don't do that for real. That's not fun. But anyway, you guys know how this works. We send each other Madlibs. We send each other the answers to go into the Madlibs. We then take those sentences, we run them through MidJourney, we create art, we get together, we share it with each other, and we laugh. And that's the show. And we hope you like it. And if you do like it, look down below the video. There's a button just for you. It's a thumbs up button. It just means you like the video. And if you're clicking on that, look right next to it. There's a button called subscribe. That super helps out the channel a lot. And if you really want to be thorough, click the notification bell. That lets you know when new videos get posted to the channel. And then you can look in the description. And there's a link to a Discord. Come and join the Discord and join the community. You could chat with us while we're on break.
yeah, and I, like I said last week, I finally found it, and it was so funny because when I showed up in the chat room, it goes, "A wild Texas tiger has appeared."
Yeah, it took him long enough to join the Discord of the channel he makes content for. Anyway,
I didn't know I wasn't in it.
Well, I'm first tonight, and I'm going to lead off this finale with a really interesting Madlib called A Legend. And as you can see, this looks like it's going to be Legend of Zelda. And that is the legend. But my art is in the style of Akira Toriyama and MC Escher. Akira Toriyama was a Japanese manga artist and character designer born on April 5th, 1955 in Kiyosu, Aichi Prefecture, Japan. He enjoyed drawing from a young age, but was drawn deeper into the world of illustration after seeing 101 Dalmatians and Osamu Tezuka's manga Astro Boy. Toriyama recalled that when he was in elementary school, all of his classmates drew imitating anime and manga as a result of not having many forms of entertainment. He believed that he began to advance above everyone else when he started drawing pictures of his friends. Toriyama entered the manga industry by submitting a work to the manga magazine Weekly Shonen Jump, which accepted submissions for their Newcomer Award every month. Kazuhiko Torishima, who would later become his editor, read and enjoyed Toriyama's manga, but it was not eligible to compete because it was a parody of Star Wars instead of an original work. Torishima sent the artist a telegram and encouraged him to keep drawing and sending him manga. This resulted in Wonder Island, which became Toriyama's first published work. Dr. Slump, which was serialized in Weekly Shonen Jump from 1980 to 1984, was a huge success and made Toriyama a household name. It follows the adventures of a perverted professor and his small but super strong robot, Arale. In 1981, Dr. Slump earned Toriyama the Shogakukan Manga Award for Best Shonen or Shoujo Manga Series of the Year. An anime adaptation began airing that same year. Adaptations of Toriyama's work would occupy the same time slot on Fuji TV continuously for 18 years through Dr. Slump's original run, Dragon Ball, and its 2 sequels, and finally a rebooted Dr. Slump concluding in 1999. By 2008, the Dr. Slump manga had sold over 35 million copies in Japan. Toriyama is probably most famous for creating the Dragon Ball manga and anime. Torishima suggested that as Toriyama enjoyed kung fu films, he should create a kung fu shonen manga. This led to the 2-part Dragon Boy published in the August and October 1983 issues of Fresh Jump. It follows a boy, adept at martial arts, who escorts a princess on a journey back to her home country. Dragon Boy was well received and evolved to become the serial Dragon Ball in 1984. Toriyama was engaged by 20th Century Fox as a creative consultant on Dragon Ball Evolution, an American live-action film adaptation of Dragon Ball. He was also credited as an executive producer on the 2009 film, which failed both critically and financially. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Toriyama later stated in 2013 that he had felt the script did not capture the world or the characteristics of his series and was bland and not interesting. In addition to Dragon Ball and various other manga projects, Toriyama is also well known for the character designs for the Dragon Quest video game series. Known as Dragon Warrior in the States, or at least the early titles were, this series featured characters that were distinctly Toriyama style with more round faces, expressive eyes, and a distinct charm that can only be attributed to his work. He also did the character designs for 1995's Chrono Trigger, which is deeply beloved by RPG gamers and is widely viewed as one of the, if not the, greatest RPG of the SNES era. Toriyama died on March 1st, 2024 at the age of 68. The news of his death trended higher on Twitter, or X, than Biden's State of the Union address. If that's not a testament to his legacy, then I don't know what is. I grew up playing Dragon Quest and Chrono Trigger, so there is a very special place in my heart for Toriyama's work. So please enjoy this Madlib done in his style, with a little MC Escher thrown in for good measure.
And a Mayan temple.
Hidden within the kingdom of Hyrule are 17 pieces of a shiny bicycle known as the Triforce.
Oh, nice.
I
love this. Triforce is. And I love that the frame of the bike creates the bottom of the triangle.
Yes, it does, which is pretty neat. I thought this was just really beautiful. And it's just kind of unusual to see Link riding a bicycle, but it just got it so perfect.
It's giving me ET vibes.
A little bit, yeah. This maroon hatred holds the key to defeating the evil warlord Ganon.
Ooh.
I like this one a lot. This feels like a Zelda dungeon, but it also feels like MC Escher at the same time. It's a really good blend of the two.
Not a lot of Toriyama was going to work.
Not a lot of Toriyama in this. There's a little bit, like the way the grass looks, the way it's painted on the edges. It looks a little bit like Toriyama style, but this is mostly Zelda and MC Escher.
The head does look a little bit like a samurai mask, though.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And is he eating the pathway? Is the head eating the pathway?
Yeah, that's... like, maybe you're, like, running away from him, and you have to get down away before he catches you, you know?
Can't say I haven't done that in a video game before. As well as Swimming Princess Zelda. Now this looks like Toriyama. Mostly. It mostly looks like Toriyama. Yeah, it's really, really pretty. I don't know why there's two Zeldas swimming together, but...
if they're sharing an arm, what's up with this whole Siamese twin thing you got going on?
I know. But also this sort of fits with the Zelda mythos, because Wind Waker... Hyrule was underwater because the seas had risen and only the tops of the mountains were the islands.
Wow.
Yeah, so it actually kind of read into that a little bit as well.
It's really cool. I mean, it sort of looks like they're swimming through a fish tank, but also like an underwater, like Atlantis, but like medieval sort of.
Only the heroic Link can save the day.
I love that. I know it's got a lot of Escher, but it also got some Inception vibes.
Mm-hmm. It's very MC Escher. Not a lot of Toriyama, but it's just interesting to see. It even went as far as to make it monochrome, which MC Escher, most of his work was pencil art, so it was just black and white. Mm-hmm. So seeing it done this way, but also just that little pop of color in his eyes.
Blue, yeah.
So cool.
It's really cool.
He must use his sticky badger to defeat optimistic monsters.
Is that like a honey badger?
It could be. Yeah, after he eats, he's all sticky. This looks a little bit more like Rocket than a badger. It's more raccoon than badger.
But he's got a samurai sword.
Yeah, which is cool. Like I want a whole story about this character. You know, the samurai raccoon. That needs to be a whole game all on its own.
Fair warning, this isn't the last time you hear Sticky today.
Okay. He must use his sticky badger to defeat optimistic monsters and battle dark forces throughout the kingdom.
That's very Escher.
Yes.
And a little bit Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, but it's also very, it's a little Chrono Trigger as well. Because if I remember correctly, this is one of the ones where I took one of the pictures that just looked like Escher, and I reran it in the style of Chrono Trigger to see if I can get some more prominent Toriyama look in there, and it gave me a character that looks a lot like a Toriyama character.
That is really neat.
It also washed it out terribly. I don't know why it did that.
I know. I had one like that in some of the art I was making, but it's so good you don't want to get rid of it.
I know, because the character was so cool. Link will have to fight his way through the Fuzzy Woods, Lake Penny, and the famous Death Persian Rug. Oh my god!
That is wild. Lake Penny. My aunt's name is Penny. And the death what? The Death
Persian Rug. Yeah. So I don't know.
Well,
I didn't get much Persian Rug in this, but definitely has the woods.
Well, maybe it's a print. It is a Persian rug.
Okay. Yes, the print on the rug. That makes sense. But first, he'll need to find the glass sword.
Oh. Is this a Peanuts character?
It's a little Toriyama-ish. Like some of his more like manga style work, it kind of looks like this. But also they did it in the monochrome black and white, and it's a lot of like stairs and hallways, which is something Escher did a lot of.
And checkerboard floors.
Yeah, like tessellations. He was really big on tessellations. Join Link as he collects pineapples that will help him sprint his enemies.
Nice. That's sometimes when you do a prompt and you get exactly what you put.
Yeah, this is exactly what I put. It's Link with the pineapple sprinting, and a weird signature at the bottom that doesn't mean anything.
I know, but it's still kind of funny.
Help him as he discovers gross dungeons and explores lost thoughts.
That is so cool. And
yeah,
those were two words I was worried about in this Madlib were hatred and thoughts.
Yeah.
And that works there.
This is one of the weirdest, most surreal things that I've gotten in MidJourney before.
Do you know who this reminds me of more than Escher? Tygrr.
Yeah, I can see Tygrr. It's also a little Dali-esque, and it's also a little Hieronymus Bosch.
It's the Garden of Hellish Delights.
Yeah. We need to bring Hieronymus Bosch back. He was fun. He made some crazy stuff. Will he be able to groan the princess in time? You decide.
Oh, wow.
I love this one so much. She is just lifted right out of Dragon Quest and stuck on
really
here.
Cool. I love the aviator goggle hat thing. I mean, it's very anime and it's very interesting. It's like there was an animator who really, really liked Escher and was trying to figure out a way to put them into his work.
So I was really happy that I got some really good character looks in this Madlib. I grew up playing Dragon Quest. I wasn't a big Dragon Ball fan. I didn't really discover anime until much later in life. But Dragon Quest, I have played Dragon Quest games since I was a kid, and I still I just not long ago did a replay of Dragon Quest 11, and I love those games so much, and I loved Akira Toriyama's work in those games and in Chrono Trigger and all of his his mangas and stuff. So I was really happy that I got this artist because I really wanted to do his style. But are you ready for honorable mentions?
It's cool. Yes.
Okay. Yes. Here's the first one. This is the bicycle Triforce.
I know what that is.
This almost looks like
really
the map that was included inside the game. That gives you like a vague idea of where to go, but not really.
Yeah.
You know?
On your bicycle.
Yeah, on your bicycle.
With 17 parts.
Oh, I love this one. This maroon hatred holds the key to defeating the evil warlord Ganon.
I've been taught a lot of things in a lot of movies, and that's not usually how it works.
But I love this. It wasn't really indicative of Toriyama, but it had an Escher look, the sort of the downward look on like a weird balcony that doesn't make a lot of sense. The buildings that don't really match up proportionally or make a lot of sense. But it also kind of looks like something out of a Zelda game, which I loved. Only the heroic Link can save the day.
I absolutely love that. It looks a lot like the artwork I've been using for Lady Shabagoo, so that is so cool.
Yeah, I love the piercing green eyes with the red. Everything else, everything is really muted. Like his outfit is kind of like his muted green. It's all black for like the darker sections are just black, and it's all red. But then his eyes are this piercing green, and I thought that was really, really eye-catching.
Yeah, that is freaking cool. Victor would eat that up.
Yeah, he probably would love this. I need to send it to him. He'd probably really like it. So this is when I think maybe it got Zelda and Mario confused.
Mixed with Mario? Because that looked real familiar real fast. I was like, wait a minute, it's a little like Monday.
It's a little Bowser, and it's a little Link, and it's a little Ganon, but it's sort of like, it doesn't really settle on any of them. It's just sort of like all of them together.
It's a little Ninja Turtles and
so
that's
this is
Breath of the Wild there.
Right. So this is Link will have to fight his way through the fuzzy woods, Lake Penny, and the famous Death Persian rug. So we've got a Link down there in the front, and he's just overlooking this landscape that just goes on. And I just, as soon as I saw this, like, I want to play this game. I want to play this game because this is how you do an area. Like there are certain game developers that are just masters of doing stuff like this, where you walk out of a hallway or out of a dungeon and you walk up to a cliff, and then you see this massive, beautiful landscape in front of you, and you think, oh, I get to explore that now. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I can look, there's like this place over in the water where there's like these big rocks that are almost like stepping stones, and you may have to go out there to get something.
Yeah, and then like this little thing that's not that far away. It looks like a little lighthouse that's right by the edge of the water. It's like, what is that? I want to go over there and see what that is. And and that little hut on the other side of the bridge. I want to go check that out.
Though, it's probably not so little considering how far away
it's probably very large. Yeah. Link will have join him as he collects pineapples that will help him sprint his enemies.
I love that artwork. That would be fun to play a game that looks like this.
Yeah, this is totally Toriyama. That's what Toriyama's artwork looks like when he does like the cute characters. It looks just like that. So yeah, it got the style there.
But the pineapple looks almost like it came out of a game, you know.
And that is it.
I love it.
That's the end of my Madlib for this evening.
I mean, I'm terribly excited to show you mine, but I'm sad it's over.
All right. Well, I've got one more blend experiment.
Oh, cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Will It Blend, the show where we take weird pictures from last season, shove them in a blender, and try to make them even weirder. What have we got for ourselves tonight? Well, our first image is going to be coming from episode 21. And it will be coming from Brent's Madlib. And it looks like it's going to be image number 7. Oh, yeah, chewing and drinking at the same time. But Brent made the joke that this was the Safari employees on lunch or on brunch, and I thought that was pretty funny. All right, what are we combining that with? Episode 10. From my Madlib this time. And it will be image number 6. Oh, one of the most horrifying images I ever made. Pet babies. Okay, so what happens when we combine the safari brunch with pet babies? Well, how about that? It's Safari Pet Baby Brunch. All right, let's try again. What we're going to get this time. This one's coming from episode number 11. And it's going to be Brent's Madlib again. And image number 3. Okay, which one is this one? Oh, interesting. Drawing the longest test. And what are we going to combine that with? Oh, the season premiere, episode 1. And Brent's Madlib, that means it's going to be D&D related because it's the first episode. And what picture are we going to get? Image number 7. Oh, the famous sleeping paladin. The resting paladin. Okay, so what happens when we combine the longest test with the resting paladin? We get Test of the Resting Paladin. But, of course, we have to blend the blends now to see just how weird we can make it. So let's combine the Pet Baby Safari with the Paladin test. And what do we get? We get the Test of the Pet Baby Paladin Brunch. I really hope that's a straw. Yeah, they blend.
Okay. So, that was pretty wild.
I'll do some more in the next half of the season. It's an interesting experiment, and it gets some really strange images, and it's kind of fun to come up with.
This picture right here is actually a blend.
Really?
Yes. I liked one of the things, and I mixed it and it within the style of it, and I kind of like it. And if you look at all of these things in here, they would make more sense at the end. So once we get back to it, you'll go, oh.
Okay.
Alrighty. So, you may see that I'm wearing a red shirt and with my Star Trek emblem here very prominent. And we have our little tribble here, and there's a reason for that. But first, let's talk about the art style we're using for our packing list for a 5-year mission in the style of Vasily Kandinsky.
Wasily Kandinsky, born on December 16, 1866, in Moscow, Russia, is celebrated as one of the pioneers of abstract art. His revolutionary approach to painting and his theoretical writings on art have profoundly influenced the course of modern art. Kandinsky's work is characterized by its vibrant use of color, dynamic compositions, and the exploration of the spiritual in art. Kandinsky initially pursued a career in law and economics, earning a law degree from the University of Moscow. However, his passion for art led him to leave his academic career behind and move to Munich in 1896 to study painting. His early works were influenced by Impressionism and Symbolism, but it wasn't long before he began to explore more abstract forms of expression.
What was that? Okay, let's finish this in my voice. In the 1910s, Kandinsky began to move away from representational art and developed his own abstract style. He believed that art should convey spiritual and emotional experiences rather than simply depicting the physical world. His groundbreaking book concerning the spiritual in art from 1911 outlined his theories on color, form, and their psychological effects. This period saw the creation of some of his most famous works, such as Composition No. 7 in 1913 and Improvisation 28 in 1912, which are characterized by their swirling, energetic compositions and vibrant, non-representational forms. Kandinsky's career took a significant turn when he joined the Bauhaus School in Weimar, Germany in 1922. At the Bauhaus, Kandinsky taught alongside other leading figures of modern art and design, such as Paul Klee and Walter Gropius. During this time, his work became more geometric and structured, reflecting the Bauhaus emphasis on harmony and functionalism. Key works from this period include Composition Number 8, 1923, and Yellow, Red, Blue, 1925, which showcase his mastery of form and color. After the Bauhaus was closed by the Nazis in 1933, Kandinsky moved to Paris, where he continued to experiment with new forms and techniques. His later works, such as Composition 10, 1939, and Sky Blue, 1940, are notable for their biomorphic shapes and a sense of lyrical abstraction. Kandinsky's legacy is vast. He is often credited with creating some of the first purely abstract works in Western art, and his theories on the spiritual and emotional power of color and form have had a lasting impact on generations of artists. His work laid the foundation for many subsequent art movements, including abstract expressionism and color field painting. Vasily Kandinsky's pioneering contributions to abstract art and his deep exploration of the spiritual in painting have secured his place as one of the most influential artists of the 20th century. His vibrant, dynamic compositions continue to inspire and resonate, demonstrating the profound power of abstract art to evoke emotional and spiritual experiences. Now enjoy my Madlib in the style of Vasily Kandinsky. So you can see I'm up for a challenge here because he has a lot of abstract art and we still want something that you can actually look at. As you might have guessed, this is about Star Trek. And what do all Star Trek shows have in common? Technically, this is two Madlibs.
The Dagobah system. The final swamp. These are the voyages of the starship Fluffernutter. Its 17-year mission to yodel strange new castanets, to seek out new vipers and new artists, to boldly go where no tortoise has gone before.
The Dagobah system, the final swamp.
Yoda.
These are the voyages of the starship Fluffernutter. USS Fluffernutter. The 17-year mission to your strange new castanets. 17 to seek out new vipers and new artists. Big snakes to boldly go where no tortoise has gone before. Boldly.
Alrighty.
Okay, then.
I had so much fun making that. If you are planning to go on a 5-year wash basin, you'll need to be sure to bring along some shaky items.
Like a sink.
Well,
And a
it's
shower.
a 5-year wash basin.
Oh, okay.
So this is a very Kandinsky a wash basin. It also kind of has some like space vibes going on.
It does. It really does.
I like this would be an absolutely freaking cool bathroom. Like people would be like, that is so cool. Here are a few things not to forget. Forgotten underwear. It is very cold in space.
Don't forget your forgotten underwear. I don't think that's gonna work. There's no air to dry it in space.
And why is there a torso in there?
Right?
I didn't think that MidJourney was going to allow underwear, but it never even batted an eye.
Oh yeah, underwear's fine now.
It won't let us do belly buttons, but apparently it'll make them.
Yeah. Right?
But I just loved it that it looks like this clothesline out in space, and it's kind of like these kind of different underwear. Favorite snacks. The replicator food can have a funny aluminum can flavor. I can see why.
Yeah. I mean, are you just dining on jelly beans and trail mix? Because that's what it looks like is in that tray. And
I thought it
then
was
potato
soup,
chips,
but-
and then potato chips on the left, or tortilla chips
Yeah.
maybe.
That replicator is very odd looking for sure.
It looks like a speaker on the wall,
It's like the original series version of the replicator
right?
or something.
It's all
I
made
mean, I
out
know
of
it already
household,
existed.
all made out of household items, and also it looks like there's a big thing of Jiffy Pop at the top, or something. Something's wrapped in foil.
books. It's very lanky in the holodeck.
Wow.
Yeah.
If I were to program a holodeck to make me like a really nice, comfortable environment for reading, this would not be it.
Also, why do you need to go to the holodeck to read? Unless
Right?
you just want that library experience.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. You could program a library and go in, but why program a library with these colors? Yeah, oh my god. I have a headache just from trying to find a book.
Extra money. Romulan Stinky Finger doesn't come chromatically.
Okay, so first of all, I would like to say that like the big blast of color behind them and the uniform and the emblem and the hair, it's great. It's very Romulan, and she's obviously smelling her finger.
It's almost like it's an advertisement. Romulan Sticky Finger.
or maybe that's their
Stinky
special
finger,
thing. That's their special thing. Like the Vulcans had the neck pinch, the Romulans had the stinky finger.
Stinky Finger. A journal. You'll want to keep track of every corn you see.
Oh wow.
I chose this one because it felt more reminiscent of his work, and
I like
needed
this.
some abstractness. But it's cool because it does look like they're holding a book. I was very grateful that none of the artwork gave us foot corns.
Yeah, that would not have been pleasant.
More snacks. Really, the replicator food is popular. Okay, does it taste like aluminum or is it popular? 'Cause you're giving me mixed signals now.
Well, maybe aluminum is popular. Okay,
And I think this
how do
one-
these shelves work? I'm very confused how these work.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of Escher-esque here almost.
Yeah, the
isn't it?
perspective's very strange.
It looks like some crinkle fries, maybe some yam. I can't quite
Grapes.
think. Grapes, definitely.
Prince
a
Grape!
slice of lime, a bell pepper, some
Yes.
bib lettuce,
And
some
then
water.
a
It even
bottle
has
of
a W
water,
on it.
a little canister full
maybe-
of Cheez-Its,
Oh yeah, I don't
an
know if that's
orange, an orange with 2
An
bananas
apple.
stuck to it.
Oh, baby! Oh, they're Chiquita bananas. Clothing from all milkshakes and times. You never know when you'll bring yourself back in time.
Well, it got the milkshake there.
And it does look like the clothes are different periods.
Yes.
And I love the suitcases. And there's that other thing over there, the blue and white stripe thing that looks like maybe like a mega suitcase. The little hanging rack thing is great. I
Yeah.
actually think this is a well put together picture. It's very functional, but it still has elements of Kandinsky.
Yeah. And there's also the gigantic, massive suitcase that everything is sitting on.
Yeah, the blue and white one I was talking about. Yeah, it's like a mega suitcase.
I thought you were talking about the blue.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the blue and white one that's on the right-hand side with the blue and white stripes.
No, I meant the big giant one.
No,
What are you
underneath.
talking about?
Underneath. That's sitting on another suitcase
Oh,
that's laying on its
crap.
side.
Also, be sure to leave all the red boys in the front yard. You don't want to be mistaken for a red shirt. It is so great. It's like we can't go, man.
They're not red shirts. They're red shorts.
Yeah, the red boys. I just thought that was great.
That's funny.
And here we go with some dishonorable mentions.
Okay.
Up top, of course, you'll see the forgotten underwear.
Yep. Forgotten
They
underwear.
left
Don't
them
forget.
hanging off of
don't-
Jupiter.
Don't forget your forgotten underwear. Too late. It's already
There's
forgotten.
Earth. And there's Saturn. And I don't know what planet's hiding behind those other two pieces of underwear.
They hung their underwear on a planet.
And your forgotten underwear. It's very cold in space.
Yeah.
Why? You shouldn't take a nap on an asteroid. It's a lot warmer inside the ship.
Well, he forgot his underwear. He's lamenting.
I'm so cold. Get up, dude. Is it a journal? Yep, it's a journal.
Oh,
You'll want to keep track of every corn you see.
it's a corn journal. No, he didn't just keep track of it. He just kept it.
Yeah. Well, he still may be writing about that particular ear. But I love that there's a blue pen next to it, and there's all these blue ink.
Blue ink, yeah. It's like it's been drawn little doodles in the edges. It's cool.
More snacks. Really,
Now
that replicator food is popular.
Now that looks like popular replicator food. We got a burger.
What?
We got a triangular Philly cheesesteak, I guess.
I was leaning toward like a meatball sandwich, maybe.
With the yellow cheese. The yellow cheese, I would think it'd be more of a Philly cheesesteak because that looks like cheese
But
whiz.
it looks like sloppy Joe a little bit.
It kind of does.
But I mean, who knows what people are eating?
True.
In the 24th century or whatever.
And then on the right-hand side, we have a big loaf of French bread, a charcuterie tray, and then it looks like one of those little tiny meal things that they make for hamsters.
Maybe they have a space hamster, a miniature space hamster. Who wants some more Romulan stinky finger?
Oh, everybody wants more Romulan stinky finger. Come on.
So this was the only one that did it with. It looked like actually from an episode. Mm-hmm. All the rest of them are more cartoony, but I was like, this is so great, and I love he's wearing like a sweater.
It's like a sweater uniform.
Yes. And I guess, I mean, since Vulcans and Romulans are genetically the same, I guess he could have a Romulan stinky finger too if he wanted to.
Oh, the stinky finger at the bottom right is just a peace sign.
Well, I just kind of did that. It was like, peace. Like, that's the end of the Madlib. But I just thought all of them were funny because it has, like, most of them are sniffing their finger.
Yeah, and the
bottom
bottom left has a samurai hairdo too, with like the top knot.
That was a zoom out, but I thought it was so funny that I had to throw it in there. I think these are all great. I mean, the giant hand on the top right there or left is weird.
I just noticed the giant hand. It's like club hand.
That's your packing list. I absolutely had so much fun working on that. I hope you liked it.
I love that one. That one was really fun.
And I would love to use that theme song for any of the Madlibs I do from now on.
There's no wheel to spin because it's the last episode.
Do you know what the best part about having this split season is?
What's that?
We get to have 2 finales.
That's true, we do.
And I tried to bring a finale episode to y'all. I think we both did a great job. I loved all of the gaming stuff that ended up happening this week.
Yeah, it was really surprising.
Perfect for the channel. Come back in just a few months. We're good.
Oh, just a month. Just a month.
I guess.
Not a few months. Just a month.
Please come back next season. Please like us. Go ahead and subscribe. Also hit that little reminder. Ding. So you'll know when episode 13 arrives. Also, definitely show up in our Discord. It is starting to get talkative. We're sharing things. Of course, Patrick's also talking about streaming, some of his other things that he does. But please come and join us. We'd be happy to hear from you. And maybe if we get enough engagement, we might even let y'all pick some of our styles or methods.
That's the goal. That's the goal. We want this to be collaborative. So we want you guys to be involved. So come join the Discord. You can give us suggestions of which artist styles to explore, different maybe word themes that we hadn't thought of before. Yeah, we're open to all of that. But we're gonna get out of here now. We'll see you guys in about a month. Have a great time. Enjoy all the rest of the stuff on the channel. Go binge the other seasons. Watch my Skyrim poorly translated series. That's really funny. You'll laugh a lot. And then we'll see you guys in about a month.
Like and subscribe.
The algorithm demands it.